do GFRP bars require less cover than steel bars?
The requirement for the cover is same for the steel bar and GFRP bar according to the American Concrete Institute, ACI 440 and ACI 318. Both required same cover, same concrete cover. The Canadian standard is the same thing.
The same
The cover
okay.
required for either you exposed to the weather or not is the same. Like you need 3 by 4 inches or 20 millimeter cover to the GFRP bar if it is not exposed to any weather condition for the walls and slabs.
I need to add something, Rick. The concrete cover also depend on the type of structural element and where we design this one. It is a structural element in harsh environmental or not. So the concrete cover based on all of this. The concrete cover also depend on the type of structural elements, slabs or retaining walls or tunnel segments or something like that, because all these structural elements need to concrete cover or specific concrete cover to resist the surrounding environmental conditions.
Currently, we are producing the bars in our facility in China. We're working. We are the exclusive representative, if you want, of Shandong Safety Industry. They produce the bars based on our specifications, based on our testing, based on our requirements, and based on the need or the standards in the North American market. So we represent them anywhere outside of China. And currently, the product is coming out of their factory in China. Do you have GFRP bars that can be used in seismic structures?
The GFRP bar, according to ACI 440.11, it can be used in the seismic structure design category A, B, and somewhat in the design category C. For D, E, and F, we are working on it, and it may be updated in the next ACI 440. We are working on the hybrid system, and it may be updated in the next ACI version, ACI 440 next update for the higher seismic design category.
What are load-bearing applications of GFRP bars? Well, this is kind of an easy answer.
We can use GFRP bars in all load-bearing applications. We can use it for columns, for walls, for retaining walls, for shear walls, for foundation, for slabs, for any load-bearing applications.
One of the applications that has been popular is basically, correct me if I'm wrong, Girish and Ahmed, is structural slab parking garages and bridge decks. And the reason is this is a very resistant to corrosion product. So on one hand, you're saving, for example, in parking garages, you would not need, according to ACI and CSA standards, you would not need to weatherproof your structure. So apart from the saving on the bar itself, you're saving also on the material, on the associated material with the product and also the labor involved. So when you do not install weather barrier, for example, to protect your steel, you're not only saving on the weather barrier, you're also saving on the labor of installing it, obviously. A study that was done in 2011, in Canadian dollars, by the way, it showed that about was a structural slab. It showed that a saving of about $70 to $80 Canadian dollars, which is probably $60 US dollars. In 2011, though, would be per square meter. If they actually use GFRP, and that saving comes from the fact that we don't install weatherproofing, we don't protect the bars. So today, if you factor in inflation, probably double this number. How much cost is saved against steel bars? It's a very tricky question. Steel bars have been a roller coaster, up and down. These days, if you bid on a project with steel bars today, by the time you win the project, chances are you're either going to be making a lot of money or you're losing a lot of money. It's very unstable. with our GFRP, I cannot speak for the competition, but with GFRP, our case, the prices has been very stable. We did not change the prices since 2013, September to actually even before. So it has been over 10 months at least that the prices did not change. The only variable is the shipping, which is a tiny percentage of the cost of the bar. Plus, as I just mentioned, there's other savings related to the other material involved.
Yeah, for low modulus of elasticity, in case of concrete reinforced concrete structure with GFRP bar, you need to check the serviceability limit state, and which is governing in case of GFRP reinforced concrete structures. So here the crack width, if you talk about the crack width for steel, it is around 0.4 millimeter, and for GFRP bar it is around 0.7 millimeter. So they have increased the crack width, and because the GFRP bar is corrosion resistance, obviously. So that's why you have to check the service here. Because of the low modulus elasticity, the serviceability state limit will govern in case of the design, but whereas in case of the steel bar, generally ultimate limit state governs. So you have to check for the serviceability limit also.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see Girish Ahmed on the right side and my email address and contact information at the bottom. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any other further questions. Just because we're ending the presentation now, it does not mean you cannot reach out to us and ask whether it's technical or sales related questions. We'll be happy to answer. Thank you everybody for joining. It has been a great pleasure, and hopefully we'll stay in touch after the presentation.